What's up guys, it's Ryan and you're watching Ryan Vision. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. Also check out projectzj.com for all the videos. Today's a big day for Project ZJ. Recently acquired a sponsor with Tom Woods Custom Drive Shafts, and they hooked me up with a 242 HD slip yoke eliminator kit for my 242 transfer case. Hunter's 4x4 is being kind enough to install it for me today, and we're going to do an install video to show you what it takes. And I'm also going to go over the benefits of a slip yoke eliminator on a 242 or a 231 transfer case. So creeping around the back lot, already got the Jeep up on the lift. You can see there's some monster Jeeps over here. They work on everything, not just Jeeps. They can do cages and everything like that, custom bumpers and stuff like we're working on today, the slip yoke eliminator install. So first thing we're gonna do now, it's up on the lift, is get this belly skid from Rock Offroad drop down, get easier access to the 242. So the biggest issue that I ran into with this slip yoke, you know, I'm on 7 inches of lift and I have a whole hell of a lot of suspension down travel, close to 14 inches. And so what happens is, you can see the slip yoke there. We actually had to trim that output shaft on the 242 when we did the swap from the 249, and you know, part of that is obviously it wasn't in perfect balance. We couldn't cut it perfectly straight, and the reason we cut it, we took about an inch and a half off to allow the drive shaft to slip all the way forward without bottoming out on the output shaft, because when we did the Iron Rock long arms, you know, it's all adjustable with the subframe, so you can push the axle back as far as you want. I didn't want to push it back too far. I was trying to center the wheels in the wheel well at full tuck. But anyways, you know, you make a cut like that on a precision thing like an output shaft, it's not going to be balanced. You're going to have vibrations on the highway at different speeds. You really feel it. Stuff starts vibrating inside the Jeep. And the other thing you run into is as the suspension droops down, this slip yoke slides back on the output shaft. It slides back like this, and so with the down travel, it slides back far enough that it's barely hanging on to the end of it, and it's putting a lot of downward force on the output shaft, just all the way to the drive shaft hanging down on it, prying down on it. And then what happens is when it goes on recompression, it starts going back up. It actually puts more upward force on that output shaft, and so I actually have a bent output shaft right now. It vibrates really bad between like 55, 65 miles an hour. Part of that also is the pinion angle back here, so that's all going to have to get adjusted as well when we do the slip yoke eliminator kit. Pinion angle, when you have the factory set up with a slip yoke, basically you want them at equal and opposite angles. So you know, if your output shaft angle you know, on the transfer case is like this, you basically want that same opposite angle down here, and you can see it's pretty much pointing at the output shaft. That's more of what you want with the custom drive shaft I got from Tom Woods. So we're going to show you all of that. But like I said, the first thing is we're going to probably get this belly skid out of the way to get easier access. And then the great thing about the Tom Woods kit is it comes with the entire shaft. I'm going to show you that. And so you can leave the transfer case in the Jeep. All you have to do is remove the back half of it and pull that back half off, and then you'll be able to access everything you need. So you don't have to mess with your linkage, trying to get that readjusted. That can be a real pain. I'm using a Novak cable linkage, but the factory linkage can be difficult to remove and adjust and everything. So if you've already got that dialed in, this really helps to be able to keep the transfer case in the Jeep. Just pull that back half off and get to everything you need to. Okay, so let's go over here, take a look at what I got from Tom Woods. So here's the basically like the tail cone assembly, speedometer assembly, whatever you want to call it. You can see it's got a fresh bearing and seal in there. Looks brand new, very nice. And then this is the shaft from Tom Woods. So you can see it's already got the yoke on there, ready to go. And a nice straight shaft. It's going to be perfectly balanced. And I don't have to do any drilling, I don't have to do any tapping. All the precision work has been done for me by the professionals. Okay, so I know that this shaft is good to go. If you try to do a hack and tap kit, chances are you're not going to drill that hole right dead in the center where you need to, or it's going to be at a slight angle, or maybe you're going to run into issues when you try to you know, thread it and everything like that, do the tap on it. So this takes all the guesswork out of that. You know you're going to get a precision shaft when you go with Tom Woods. It's going to be right every time. Okay. Then also to pair with that, got a Tom Woods custom drive shaft, of course. This thing is super beefy, way stronger and heavier than the factory shaft. Very solid. Okay, and it already comes greased, ready to go with fresh U-joints. It's even got some hardware included here. And for now, I just have the cap set up. Let me show you what I mean by that. I've got these little straps right here. So it's just the straps and the bolts. I want to do a conversion. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to do U-bolts. So I'll drill these threads out and I'll run U-bolts through here and then put a nut on the back. It's just a better setup, but for now this will work. So yeah, that's the Tom Woods setup there. Can't wait to get this on. Came all painted and everything, and after I gave them my measurements, you know, this is completely custom for my setup. I measured it. They give you the instructions on how to measure it. After I got the measurements to them, this baby was out to me in 2 days. I mean, in my hands in 2 days. It comes with the instructions. It comes with the warranty information. They back these things up. If you damage them, give Tom Woods a call. They'll want to talk to you and work something out on that for sure. They definitely stand behind their products, and these babies are beefy. Okay, so also what I decided to do as a tip from Hunter's 4x4 is they said, hey, we're going to be inside that transfer case. Since it's a swap out of a junkyard, you're not sure, you know, what's inside there. I went on, I think it was Quadratech, and it was 2 little kits, and it's these shift pads or shift fork pads. So there's 2 kits. I think they're pretty much the same for a 242 and a 231. Super cheap. I think this was like maybe $10 for both the kits, which is like every pad that's inside that transfer case. So for $10, any of them that are damaged, we'll put fresh ones in while we're in there, and that'll just ensure that my transfer case shifts smoothly for a long time. So, and then here we got some kind of clips or something. I'm not sure exactly what those are, but that came with the Tom Woods kit too. So definitely check out Tom Woods if you have a 242 or a 231. You're definitely going to want to get this kit. I mean, don't take a chance. You don't want to end up with a bent output shaft. I've heard of output shafts breaking under pressure, so you really don't want to take a chance. Get a slip yoke eliminator kit. It's going to handle the down travel. It's going to handle just the abuse that it takes off road and everything like that. You're going to eliminate the vibrations. I mean, vibrations kill drivetrain. They really do. They mess up bearings. They mess up seals. Vibrations are terrible for drivetrain. So if you can eliminate those vibrations while making it stronger and more pleasant to drive on and off the road, why not do it? Check out Tom Woods. They have a whole bunch of slip yoke eliminator kits for a whole bunch of different transfer cases. Okay, and then when you need it installed, if you are in the Sacramento area, check out Hunter's 4x4 in Citrus Heights. I'll put their information in the video. They do these all the time. Okay, there's no guesswork. They've done these. They've done slip yoke eliminators on several different types of transfer cases in many different applications. So they know what they're doing. Bring it here, take the guesswork out of it, have them do it, and you'll be on your way in a couple hours.
Should have it, sure.
The iron rock belly skid. You can see that's been getting used, and now we've exposed the 242. Time to take the back half off this baby, and of course we'll have to remove the rear drive shaft as well.
As it is.
So guys, a quick correction to what I said earlier. As the axle droops down, it follows the radius, so it actually comes closer to the vehicle, closer to the transfer case. So right now we can't get the rear drive shaft out without jacking up the axle a little bit, because it's basically bottomed out on the output shaft. So it's kind of the opposite of what I said earlier about how I was saying when it droops down it slides out on the shaft. It's actually the opposite. As it droops down, it slides forward. Alright, so that worked like a charm. Jacked up the axle, got the drive shaft off, and now you can see the short little output shaft where we have manually, with a cutoff wheel and a grinder, cut that off and tried to smooth it out. And it is definitely bent. If we put this baby in gear right now and let it spin, you would see some wobble.
Corrected your speedometer?
Yeah, I put that, I think you told me a 39 short. I think I had a 34 in it. I put a 39 short in, and it's pretty close now.
I don't know how many of all the transfer cases, and they're all just, they do all these weird little things that are different.
Yeah. So you guys refer to the instructions. Transfer cases are different depending if you have a 231, 242 early model or late model. This one, the 242, it did have a clip on the output shaft that had to be removed. And now we're just prying on it to get the rear cone off there. Right. So on this one we had another clip hiding from us. And the good thing is the Tom Woods kit comes with this whole rear section, so don't worry about being a little rough with the factory one taking it off. You will need snap ring pliers. It's going to be real difficult to do this without snap ring pliers.
Hard to do it with them. Oil pump in there.
So after the two snap rings are removed, just tap with a hammer a little bit or a pry bar to break that silicone seal and slide it right off the back. So now we're removing the back half of the case, and there is one bolt at the very top that has a nut on the back of it. this is definitely easier to do when you didn't just drive the Jeep like 50 miles on the highway.
Things are still warm in there.
Yeah. So back half's off. Now you can take a look inside, inspect the chain, see how things are looking.
But yeah. We gotta pull the front drive shaft. We probably should have done that first.
So depending on your transfer case, some of you lucky guys are gonna have a snap ring back here, so you don't have to take the front drive shaft or the front drive shaft yoke off in order to slide the whole assembly backwards. On ours, however, we're gonna have to actually take the front drive shaft and the front yoke off. Front drive shaft removed, took the front yoke off. Now ready to slide the whole assembly out backwards. And again, you lucky guys with the clip on the rear, you may not have to do the front drive shaft section. Now everything just slides out together.
Most part. Set that aside. Chain aside. It's still really hot. You'd shorten your shaft.
Oh yeah, about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. So there's what a gutted 242 looks like. And there's the new Tom Woods shaft, getting it prepped. They just have the rear yoke on really loose, just pop that off.
That's, this thing's a lot different. 231. There's a groove there for that. Still very freaking hot. Yeah, another snap ring.
Okay, so that's where you guys want to be careful. You know, we're doing this on the ground, which is actually pretty smart, because if you're on a table and those needle bearings go flying out, they go rolling under something, you're going to have a hell of a time finding them. So you may want to do this on the ground. You can see he's got a rag out to catch them so they're not just rolling on smooth concrete. You want to make sure that you've got all of those. You want to take a good look at them, clean them off before reassembly.
Crap ton of them. old shaft, there's the new shaft. Definitely beefier on the output side.
Definitely a lot thicker. And the awesome thing about this is, you know, you're putting the variable length into the drive shaft instead of that slip yoke, so you can actually have the shaft be a little shorter, and you can tell the output side's thicker, it's beefier, and that's going to work out great because the yoke goes onto the back of this, and the drive shaft makes all the length adjustment during suspension articulation. So definitely a strength improvement, and again, all those vibrations are going to be gone. And there's a shot to show you the length difference there. So you can see the shaft itself is shorter, and then that yoke is going to be on the back of there, and the drive shaft's going to do all the work. Dave just sprayed these guys down with some brake cleaner to get all the oils off, giving them a good wipe down, make sure they're nice and clean. This is a perfect time to inspect everything, you know, just anything that's got gears in it. Take a look at the teeth, any of these bearing surfaces, make sure they're smooth, clean them up the best you can. You're not going to want to get into this transfer case again anytime soon. Dave's just got a nice layer of bearing grease on there. It's going to help him get all the bearings aligned and keep them in place as he rotates the shaft to get the rest of them on.
Debatable whether it's easier to do it in that or on here.
Yeah. And there's exactly 1 crap ton of them, so just make sure you have all of them. You'll know if you're missing one, that's for sure. Is this the same on a 231 also?
No, they don't have these bearings.
Oh, okay. So this is only for you 242 guys.
A little surprised when you take it apart. Oh, bearings! Yes, there's still one more. There it is.
There it is, hiding.
Now the front guards are just stuff it all in here. Buddy. Do you want to check that little red bag and see if it came with some new clips?
Yeah, it sure did.
See which ones it came with. No, these are all going to be on the output side. Those are 2 are for the speedo gear.
Okay.
And that's for the seal on the spawns.
Okay.
For that.
So everything on the inside's getting reused, and then these from Tom Woods, these are on the outside. Thank you. It's good to have a supervisor. Got this pup here today, keeping an eye on things. What do you think, pup?
His name's Steve.
Steve, how's Dave doing? Okay.
Red handle primer. Red handle one. Red? Yeah, should be that way. Oh, the grease made that ring a little tight. Good. Parts for the recycle bin. Let's check your shift part bushings. They're all there and in good shape. Yeah, they're all in good shape. The bushings are right in here.
Oh yeah.
See, they're all in good shape.
So those are the shift fork bushing or shift pads. Ordered a kit to replace those, but if you do an inspection, they look okay. Completely your call on whether or not you want to take them out. The shift pads checked out, so Dave's just cleaning down the mounting surfaces now. Want to make sure you get those nice and clean, because the only thing sealing these two halves is bead of silicone. So just want to make sure it's real clean, nice, smooth, level surface, so the two halves can go together and not leak any fluid. And there's a shot of everything reassembled on the new Tom Woods shaft there. Looking good. It's ready to go into its home.
See through it.
That's a pickup for the oil pump. Gets used blowing air through it backwards,
Go get a transfer case.
cleaning it out. So that's a nice clean oil pickup screen there.
I'm gonna clean off the magnet. That's gonna go back in this side.
Now we're cleaning off the magnet. You want to take a good look at yours when you pull it out. You know, it's okay to have a little bit of stuff on there, but you don't want big chunks of anything stuck to this. It should be very fine shavings, if anything.
Goes into the hole.
the speedometer gear. And for those of you guys that have an inaccurate speedometer because you re-geared or you got bigger tires or both, make sure you get the right tooth count. It's really easy. One bolt holds this thing in. You slide it in, you clock it till it sits nice and level, and then you bolt it back in place. Takes a couple of minutes, and then you'll know how fast you're going.
Unless you have a WJ, they're computer controlled.
Yeah. WJ, the newer ones, completely different setup, but your ZJs are gonna look like this.
Go back and put the wire clip back on.
Much better.
All started then take them. It's a nice skid plate though.
Yeah, it's been doing its job.
So you had to drill the holes for them too?
Yeah. Well guys, I just got back from Hunter's 4x4. We finished up the Tom Woods 242 HD slip yoke eliminator install, and I just drove this thing on the highway, all different speeds to test it out. It is absolutely perfect. It is amazing. The vibrations are gone. I've got this much better feeling, just a solid feeling. I don't know if I had something wrong, maybe with the bearing, the outer bearing and the output shaft of the 242, probably from all the vibrations. But all these weird feelings that I had before, they're all gone. And it looks amazing too. So definitely check out Tom Woods custom drive shafts. Get a 242 kit. If you've got the 231, get the 231 kit. The installation's pretty similar. As you saw in the video, there's a couple things that are going to change depending on 242 or 231, early or late model. But for the most part, very straightforward install, and the results are just amazing. I couldn't be happier. Tom and Sean over at Tom Woods, thank you guys so much for coming on board with Project ZJ. Hunter's 4x4, Dave, Tom, everybody over there, thank you so much for all the help with this project. You guys have been amazing. Can't wait to take this off-roading, and I can't wait to get a Tom Woods drive shaft on the front of this thing. Right now I'm still running the factory XJ shaft up front. I got to get rid of that and get a Tom Woods on the front. Very, very, very happy with this setup.